Dear Patriots, before the news starts, please subscribe to our patriotic channel by clicking the subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up to this video. Don't forget to leave your opinion below in the comments section. Share the news on Facebook and Twitter so you friends see it. Thank you.
Mother says she's proud of daughter who disrespected veterans in front of 47,000 people. It's getting worse and worse every day. The lack of respect for our military, flag and our nation is growing by leaps and bounds. This time two elementary school students who were a part of a choir which was invited to perform the national anthem before the start of the Seattle Mariners baseball game, decided to take a knee. One of the girls, Helena Gamet, told her mother ahead of time what she and a friend were planning. It was a rare chance to make a statement on a big stage and she had her mother's support. The girl said she did this because she believes in the Black Lives Matter movement and thinks that in this country, a lot of social injustice is happening and a lot of racial inequality is happening to Black people for which they aren't receiving justice. The girl's mother, in an interview, stated that she told her daughter that if she was going to do this, there's going to be pros and cons. Adding that there was going to be ignorant people who say ignorant things and they're not going to care that these girls are 12. Although the girl did later state that she meant no disrespect for our military, judging by the mother's answer it's clear where this girl gets her disrespect for the nation that houses her. In what other nation in this world are blacks better off than they are in the U.S.? And that's an honest question. Elitist athletes disrespect our country because Colin Kaepernick had to find a way to remain in the news after being benched by the San Francisco 49ers for being a poor player, and all these rich players follow suit. Most of whom probably don't know much history other than the one Hollywood makes up for them, so they think it's okay to disrespect our flag. How things have changed. If anyone from my generation would have pulled a stunt like this, there would have been hell to pay at home for being disrespectful towards the nation which gives endless opportunities to those who want them. Here are more arguments for and against players kneeling during sporting events via the Boston Globe. Yes. Amanda Orlando Kesterson, Gloucester resident, Republican State Committee member. Amanda Orlando Kesterson. The practice of playing our country's national anthem before sporting events is a time-honored tradition. The highly paid NFL athletes who sparked national controversy by kneeling during the anthem to protest what they term a racist America spit in the eye of the same country that tunes in each week to pay their exorbitant salaries. When the NFL allows disrespect for the flag and the anthem, it disrespects the brave men and women who have provided the freedom and opportunity those athletes enjoy. No country is perfect, but this imperfect nation has liberated other countries and provided opportunities to millions seeking freedom. Our flag and what it represents deserves respect, especially from those as privileged as professional athletes. The government should never punish anyone for peaceful protest, which is protected by our Constitution. But the NFL owners absolutely should punish players for these actions, or it will continue to suffer financial consequences from consumers who resent the anti-American messaging put forth by the players. When an NFL player dons his uniform and steps onto the field, he is no longer simply an individual peacefully protesting. He is an employee, representing an organization, and his actions while on the job reflect on that company. Private companies set expectations for employees' behavior, dress, hair length, visible tattoos, and other issues that they feel are important for marketing their brand. Athletes might be highly paid, but they are still employees. The NFL should deal with rogue employees who choose to send an anti-American message to consumers. In 2012, a young woman visited Arlington National Cemetery and posed for a photo, which went viral, while making an obscene gesture and pretending to yell next to a sign asking for silence and respect while visiting the grounds. Thousands of calls poured into her employer complaining about her lack of respect for our veterans buried there, and her employer fired the woman and her co-workers who took the shot for not representing the company's values while on the job. The right to free speech is protected from government oppression, but not private sector scrutiny. That employer send a message that codes of appropriate behavior are expected when on the job. The NFL owners should do the same. No. Anthony Owens, Salem resident, volunteer, Essex County Community Organization? Anthony Owens. The answer is no, and we should be examining very deeply why this type of question is even being raised. National Football League teams should not, and cannot, punish their players for kneeling during the playing of the national anthem. The First Amendment of the Constitution protects freedom of religion, freedom of speech, and the right to protest. As it reads, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion, or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech, or of the press, or the right of the people peaceably to assemble, and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. Inspired by the example set by Colin Kaepernick last season, more than 200 NFL players kneeled, a respectful symbol of selflessness, humility, and supplication, or sat in conscientious objection during the playing of the national anthem on September 24, 2017. They were making a public statement and, in the language of our Constitution, to petition for a redress of their grievances regarding police abuse and the killing by police officers of African Americans across the United States. In Kaepernick's own words to NFL media in 2016, "I am not going to stand up to show pride in a flag for a country that oppresses black people and people of color. To me, this is bigger than football, and it would be selfish on my part to look the other way. There are bodies in the street and people getting paid leave and getting away with murder." Instead of trifling questions like this one that only serve to distract, we should instead be asking ourselves some more important questions. 1. Does this very question of whether punishment should be assessed for kneeling during the national anthem, but not after a touchdown, as with Tim Tebow, underscore Kaepernick's very point about racial oppression in the U.S.? 2. Why individuals who have killed citizens that they are supposed to be protecting and serving are not punished in this country? 3. How can we as Americans who believe in liberty and justice for all stem the obvious patterns of injustice that Kaepernick and his peers have raised, when we so clearly will do anything to avoid looking at them? HTIJR. Breaking: famous celeb just caught making assassination gesture against Ivanka Trump. Another day goes by and another round of harsh criticism from outrageous celebrities clashes with the presidential Trump family. This celebrity just visualized Ivanka Trump in the trunk of his car. Whether she's dead or alive, we don't know, but this is the type of anticlimactic presidential disrespect that many people feel should come with a consequence. Older generations will remember the days where people spoke of the president and their family with respect. Even if they disagreed with the president or members of their family, they still showed respect. That's a legendary attribute that's missing from many of today's youth, and especially the hypocritical celebrity population who so thankfully takes a few moments from sexually assaulting each other, doing mass amounts of drugs, and reminding normal everyday people who work for a living how to behave. This latest attack on Ivanka Trump comes from aging rapper, Eminem, whose drug-riddled past and drama with his mommy used to be the bane of his existence and the topic of his highly sold albums. Then Trump broke Eminem, and now the fledgling rapper spends time talking about politics and his hate for Trump. His previous work was touted as extremely talented, provocative, and engagingly creative. Even though the content was for mature audiences, he still showcased high levels of talent. Nowadays he seems to have lost his ways, and his anger towards President Trump doesn't seem to match the audience that he previously catered to. There are former songs of his that use gay slurs or talk about killing people, which is something that most people in America are against using and doing. Everyone understands that Eminem is just like any other rapper who often uses shocking and provocative language to induce emotion in listeners to generate plays, downloads, or purchases of his music. That's his job, but it's very hypocritical of someone who talks like that to point his anger towards the president, possibly fantasize about murdering his daughter. The Sun reported, the video for the latest track from his album Revival shows Eminem as an escaped asylum patient on a murder spree he doesn't remember, and telling officers he was framed for his crimes. On the track the Detroit rapper says, "Woke up, it was dawn, musta knew something was wrong. Think I'm becoming a monster 'cause of the drugs that I'm on." Donald Duck's on, There's a Tonka truck in the yard, but dog, how the FK is Ivanka Trump in the trunk of my car? He continues, got to get to the bottom of it to try to solve it, must go above and beyond, 'cause it's incumbent upon me. Plus I feel somewhat responsible for the dumb little blonde girl that in baton twirler that got dumped in the pond. He also mentions sneaking into where Christy Brinkley dwells, and having 3 personalities inside of him. The video concludes with his capture and being returned to the asylum where he injected with a substance. While the Trump family have not commented on the rapper's controversial lyrics, it's not the first time Eminem has taken aim at the First Family. At the BET Awards in 2017, Eminem did a live freestyle in which he castigated both the president and his fans who are Trump supporters, saying, "Any fan of mine who's a supporter of his, I'm drawing in the sand a line, you're either for or against. And if you can't decide who you like more and you're split on who you should stand beside, I'll do it for you with this, FKU. The rest of America, stand up. We love our military, and we love our country. But we effing hate Trump." Not everyone hates Donald Trump. In fact, millions of Americans support the president. Many who dislike him still respect his position as the leader of the country. Not everyone has to like the president, but they should respect him just like any other president. The entertainment industry faces a long battle thanks to their own double standards and hypocritical behavior that involves a lot of do what I say, and not what I do engagements. Ratings for awards shows in the movie industry have slumped, and it's mostly because celebrities continue placing themselves on a higher throne of virtue in which they interject their opinions on politics upon their platform of entertainment. Most fans of music, movies, and other forms of entertainment wish that the celebrities would remove the politics from their platform and stick to doing their job. People today can't seem to watch an award show filled with rich celebrities patting themselves on the back without having to listen to politics. The bottom line is that people don't want politics in their entertainment. When everyone makes everything about politics, then people get burned out and turn away from the entertainment that they used to love. There's no fun in entertainment when overpaid celebrities attack the president or his daughter and turn their shtick into that of a poorly thought out political news blurb. People who want to listen to music aren't interested in vicious attacks on Ivanka Trump or politics. Eminem could help make entertainment great again by keeping politics out of entertainment.